Today we're going to do a video review on a product I received. It came in this box, and what I'll do is I'll get this out of the way. There's more stuff in here, but that's going to be another video that I'm going to do. What I received is, in this bag, is a Tapp Airsoft pistol drum mag. Now I actually have it in a 9mm, listen to me, an M9 configuration. And it is a flash mag. Okay, there's various versions of the Angel Custom drum mag that you can get. One is an electric that's a little bit more money. This is a flash mag. I opted for that because less batteries you got to worry about and things like that. Comes with a ton of different adapters you could get, and this flawlessly fits my two M9s that I'm going to use it for and feeds phenomenally. I'm going to show some pictures after I talk about this a little bit of the various PSI that I was running to get various FPSs out of this drum mag. Now the Angel Custom drum mag is pretty much pretty solid. There's various tops you can get for it. To change the tops out is really easy. You unscrew this like bolt on the front here, and there are two Allens on either side. That takes the top off. You can put the any kind of different adapter on it. The same is true for the Tapp Airsoft designs. If you buy one setup like this, you could buy other adapters with the mags on them and the HPA taps and just slam them on this drum. So this is a one-time purchase, and you could run it on several different guns. They have pistol mags, SMG mags. They have a couple rifle mags. I'll put a link to their Airsoft page where you can get the adapters. I'm also going to put a link to their Shapeways page where they sell the adapters just by themselves, and you can put together the parts yourself. Now, I opted to get it all together. This way, I know that the mag and the drum mag are matched. They don't leak. That was the first thing I tested, and that it feeds. I'm assuming that they had some kind of quality control to make sure that this doesn't feed or doesn't leak, but this feeds like a champ and works flawlessly. I'm going to go through the pros and the cons and try to wrap this video up as quick as I can. I'm not going to do any shooting video. I did that off camera to get some information. So let's start out with the pros. Pros, 1,500 rounds. Need I say more? That's all you're going to need for, like, you run this all day in a CQB environment. If you shoot 1,500 rounds in a day at a CQB arena, man, you're shooting a lot. The compatibility with this, you could take this off, put an M4 adapter on it, AK adapter, G36. There are a ton of adapters that Evike sells for this. I will link that in the description as well. You can buy a bunch of the Tapp Airsoft adapters to put it to various pistols and rifles. I'm going to get one for my KCO2 so I can run my sniper rifle with a drum mag as well. And it'll be a little bit more efficient running with HPA rather than tapping the 15-round mags. I'll have 1,500 rounds to run that sniper rifle on. That's overkill, but I'll never have to go back for a mag. I can just stay in the game. So next pro is, like, for the price compared to other drum mags, there's another one out there, an HFC brand that's a gas mag as well. You could HPA tap it and things like that, but that's only 150 rounds, I think. I'd have to check on that. Don't quote me on that, but it's about the same price, or a little bit less than this, but it's very small capacity. And they said, as is green gas, it has issues. There's a Gun Gamers video to that. I might link that one as well. This one here comes pre-assembled, or you can buy the parts separately. You can buy the adapter, you can use one of your own M9 mags, you can buy the drum mag, and you can even buy the HPA taps. Alright, solid gun, shoots like a champ. I was running 3.0s on this, runs like a champ. Now, for the cons. Very simplistic ones. Unlike most flash mags that I have, I can put some BBs in and wind it up and it feeds. This particular one, I had to fill it halfway before I could get the BBs to go into the mag. Once they were in the mag, they were going good. I didn't empty the mag out to see how many BBs are left in there when you're done, but it does, you have to fill it at least half full to get the BBs to feed up into the mag. Second thing was getting the BBs out. I'm done, and I was testing with 2.5s. I don't want to leave all them 2.5s in there, so I open up the door, try to dump them out. They don't come out. So I ended up taking the top off, and the BBs all come out, and I had to manually try and get them out of the mag. It's a little bit of work, but if you think about it, it's not really that bad. If you're an after game, if you got whatever BB weight you're going to have in there, and you go home, I usually do, like, I do a prep before I go, and I do an after prep when I get home, which means taking the BBs out of the guns, lubing up the guns before I put them away, and things like that. So taking out of the BBs out of the drum mag, you take the front off, the 2 screws here, dump it out, get the BBs out of the mag. It's not that bad. Second, like the third third con that I would say is the positioning of this adapter. Now, if Tapp Airsoft is looking at this, I don't know how hard it would be. I'm not a designer. I don't know a lot about 3D printing. When you hook this up to your HPA line, now this is a pretty hard line, but even my soft line, it is coming straight out of the drum mag, okay, like that. There's a lot of downward pressure on this, so that when you put the gun on it, your wrist is right there. Even if you're shooting forward, it's coming down alongside your arm. On some of the other mags that I have, I put a 45-degree angle on this right here. I don't know how hard it would be, but if you could put this at a 45-degree angle down, I think even, you know, at a 45-degree angle, it might interfere with the screw, so maybe at 22.5, you know, it doesn't really need to be that hard of an angle, but just hard enough that you can get the line to run at a more down angle. Now, of course, that will interfere with the screw if you go too far of an angle. Above 22 probably would cover the screw, and then it'd be tough to get out. But my opinion, I think you still could get a wrench in there and get that apart. So that's a bit of a con, because I think this is a point of failure right here. It seems pretty solid, but you'd bang this, it might come off. So that's my third pro. Or I keep saying pro, my third con. The last con, which I'm going to mention, that I hope Tapp Airsoft hears this, is when I got the mag and I saw the cover that they said was going to be a Velcro cover on this. This is a piece of double-sided Velcro tape. Okay, this white plastic that's on here, this white, that's covering the sticky side that's down there. So if that comes off, it's going to be sticky. So I could put a piece of cloth or something on top of that to make that a little bit better, but the 2 Velcros they got across where the holes are, when I got this, the right side was off because of the cold. And it's holding now. Well, the one edge is coming up because it's lost its stickiness, I guess. In the cold, I guess, depending on the temperature you're at, if I go out and use this next Saturday, which is one of our events, it's March, it's in the 30s, this is going to get really cold. I have a feeling that Velcro tape's going to come up. I do see that they sell a $4.99 plug for on here that has a little handle that you can grip to pull it out. Now, of course, it's small, you might lose it. You can put a little drill hole in it, put a string on it, and just tie it fast to something here so it doesn't fall away and get lost. But to finish the look of this, having that little plug, adding that to the cost, I would have bought it if it had that little plug in there. You know, if it had added $4 to the cost, fine, that's fine. Or incorporate that with it. It actually would finish off the drum mag and make it look really nice. Plus, it would give you a way to like close it up without this Velcro tape. Now I'm going to have to either figure out, put a cloth on this and put it over there, replace this Velcro on the right hand side, or come up with a plastic piece that I can put on here. Because it's this pretty big square hole and it's got the Tapp Airsoft logo right here, my thought was to put a round plate on here with a little screw in it that I could turn to the side one way or the other, so that I could get the BBs in here. Now you can't put the screw in the back. There's not a lot of room, so it'd have to be in the front. So the plate would actually have to be able to pivot but still cover the hole. So that's going to be a pretty good exercise. I'm going to try to figure out something for that. Or I buy the $4.99 plug. But Tapp Airsoft, if you're watching this video, I would suggest including the plug with the drum adapter. If somebody's buying the whole setup like this, or even just buying the adapter itself, include that with it. If you want to make it so that if they buy the drum and the adapter, they include it with it, that's actually worth the price, because I think that would look good. I might just get the two of them and or put them in there and call it good, or try to make something. But this Velcro piece on the top with the white tape on it looks kind of bad. I might put some material on it. There's a lot of things I'm going to do, but that's my 4 pros and cons. That's my 4 cons on this. I keep saying pros. Very good drum mag, feeds very well. There are various PSIs that I run my pistols at. Now I have a Barry Burton M9, and I have a regular M9. It's a generic brand. I forget. HFC makes this. And both of them are consistent at 80 PSI. I was getting 262 FPS with a .25. With 100 PSI, I was getting roughly 296 with .25s. And with 110 PSI, I was getting 308 with .25s. Now, you got to figure like 20 on each one for 2.0s. So like 262 would become 282, 296 would be like 310, 315. And the 308 might get up there like 328. So it's very acceptable for CQB anywhere you're going to go. If you want to, what I was running was, I actually was running 60 PSI and dropping it down to like 250 with 2.0s, or with 2.5s. But being I'm going to be running the 3.0s, I might buying it up to about 80 PSI to get that 260 FPS with 2.5s, and that'll push the 3.0s to like 240, so that'll actually be nice. These shoot very well with 3.0s, both of these guns, and I'm getting ranges out to 125 feet on targets, especially with the Barry Burton. And I actually have a HFC long slide that has a 601 tight bore barrel in it, and it's actually, unlike the Barry Burton, which the barrel only comes to right here, okay, on the gun, and you got this muzzle device here. The HFC long slide has the barrel all the way to the end, which gives it a better consistency. I digress again, but this is a great snag. I'm going to put the pictures up of the FPS at the various PSIs. I'm going to enjoy this. I might give you an after-action report when I use this at an event on Saturday and see how this works out. I'm actually going to run this in an outdoor CQB environment along with my KCO2 that is HBA tapped as well, to see how this combination works. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, you have a good day.